Alright, in this video I'm going to go over Kuno Connect, and I think you'll see it's a very useful tool for your classroom. When you open up your page or your portal, you'll see now, if you haven't noticed, there is a Connect column and it has a Create button. So let's say I'm in Algebra 1, and you can see I only have 2 students on here. This is a demo site, but I'm going to go to Create. And what Create is going to do, it's going to create a screen that's going to come up, and it's going to start using Java. So if you look down here, I'm using Google Chrome, and it's going to ask you to keep or discard. I'm going to keep this, and it brings up a Connect, so I can select that. You saw Java pop up here, so this is going to be running Java. So Java might ask you to update if you don't have an updated version. I'm going to run. What that does, it pops up a screen. All right. Now, when you're using Kuno Connect, all of your students need to have their devices turned on, and they need to have their need to be all connected to the same wireless network. So hopefully that's always going to happen. But you can see I've got 3 devices connected. One is mine as a teacher, and then here's student 2 and here's student 1 demo. So I can see what each student is. Now this is a live screen of their device. So let's look at the device as a calculator. So student 1 has a calculator they're working on. So you can see here as I'm going to take that device, and you can see I'm deleting some of these numbers, and so I can watch them in real time as they're working. You know, I can kind of keep an eye on their work. As a teacher, I can also if you want to, I can double click on the screen. If I double click here, it makes it big. So I can see again what they're working on. I can actually control their Kuno. So if I want to go in here and say, well, let me get back on this view. Sorry about that. I'm going to actually select. You can see my mouse is right here. I'm going to select minus, and you can see I'm actually controlling that student's device right now. And say maybe we'll just subtract 100, and I'm going to select equals. So that student on their tablet is seeing what I'm doing on their tablet by controlling it just from my desktop computer or my laptop, or however you're viewing this. So now again, you can have everybody looking at this if you wanted to display it, or it could just be you looking at it, but you could just be looking at it on your laptop. So you could be helping students. And I'm gonna close this down. Again, now we're back on our class view. I can see everybody's. All right, and again, if you want to, if I can control a student's device, or I can watch what they're doing. If a student selects to go somewhere, it's going to show me where they went. So the student just selected to go to an app. Maybe they're going to go to a Firefox app. So I can kind of see what they're doing and where they're going. I can keep tabs on what my class is doing, making sure they're staying on task. You know, if they're going somewhere they're not shouldn't be going, I can double click on this, and I can actually tell them you need to be back on the home screen, and I can actually control their device from here. So that's very nice. I'm going to close this down. I'm going to show you a couple other views. There's a teacher view. So if you just want to look at just your device, so I selected teacher view, so you can see I've just got my device up here. Again, I can control it from my mouse, or I can go to my tablet and control. I'm just going to go to my tablet right now, and I'm going to select, maybe I want the students to do a worksheet today. So I'm going to select Curriculum Off Learning Center, and I'm going to go to Algebra, and I'm just going to pick a unit of study. It's going to have a worksheet we're working on today in class. Okay. And so now I can show the students what I want them to work on. So maybe this is a worksheet they're going to be working on today. I want to go over some of the keywords or details, or make sure they understand some directions. I'm using the Adobe PDF Writer, and there's other ones you can use. I'm just going to show you. Maybe I want to circle something here and draw a number, or I want to tell them what they need to be working on. You can write some notes on there. You can underline things. You could, if you want to type some notes on there, notes on assignment. Okay, so you could type some notes on it that you want them to be aware of. So this is a great way to model students what you want them to be working on. If you want them to go to a particular website or you want them to open a video, you can show them before they actually have them do it. So it's a very nice way to show your presentation. Again, and if you want students to, maybe they're working on projects, maybe they're working on a PowerPoint presentation they did, you can, whatever students that are working on, so maybe student 2, if they had a PowerPoint up here or a presentation, some pictures they took, you can double click on this and it'll show that student's device, and they can, go pull up go to an app they're working on or some resources and show the class what they've done. So it's a very nice way to show the rest of the class and do presentations with as well. So it's a very nice tool there. There's also, if you want to just view 2 students at a time or 4 students at a time or 6 at a time, you can go through and use that as well. But I think the primary ones you would use at the beginning are the class view and then the teacher view. Now there will be a document that I have uploaded on this page that you can look and see. I'm going to go ahead and close this down. When you're done with Kano Connect, with this class, I would recommend just shutting down this Kano Connect session. And if you wanted to do with that class again later on in the day, or maybe even a half an hour later, I would close it down and restart a new one just to kind of make sure all the wireless connections are fresh and everything's kind of running smoothly. There is a teacher guide that I will attach up here, which will help you have, kind of, if you like paper, it can kind of walk through and you can see kind of some things that need to make sure that have happened. Now Kano Connect service should already be pushed out to your student devices, so that should already have happened. There's some notes on here, some troubleshooting notes, some different ideas if you want to go back through and look at those on the paper version if you would prefer having that. So that's there for you. There's also some spec guides. So I'm going to go down to the bottom. There's some technical specifications. So if you want to share these with your network administrator, or if you're working and you're having some difficulties, you might look at the specs and see if you have some of these specifications. And there's some possible limitations at the bottom as well. So hopefully you'll enjoy this tool. I think it's a great resource for you. And if you have any questions, email me at mike.simonis@gmail.com, or you can call our Curriculum Tech Support number, and let me get that for you. That is 866-553-5638. That's 866-553-LOFT, and they'd be glad to help you as well. And hope you enjoy using the Kano tablets and Connect in your classroom. Thank you.